Okay, I'm going to be real with you for just a minute. I actually think that it is the most hilarious thing in the world when husbands are unsupportive of their wives or fiancés or whatever joining Plexus. And here's why. Been through it, been through the gamut. My husband was skeptical in the beginning too, as was I. Um, but here's the thing, after being a part of this incredible business and being on these phenomenal products for the last 3 years, I just need the men out there to know that this is the best thing that you could ever encourage your wife to be a part of. Not only for her health, for her sanity, but for your marriage, for your finances, for so many reasons that would enrich both of your lives. To be the ones standing behind her saying, hey, I think you would be great at this, or hey, I think that you are an awesome mom. I think that you work so hard and I just see that you're really tired and I want you to try this because I've seen some of our friends posting that it's helped them with energy or that it's helping them feel like a better mom. You don't need help being a good mom. You're an amazing one. But I know that sometimes you may not feel that way. And if there's something about these products that can help that, I think that would be great. Could you imagine? Do you know what your wife would be like? You want me to spend that on myself and to be able to feel like a real human being again and to wake up and not have to sleep all day because I'm exhausted and I'm trying to take care of these kids? Thank you so much. Like, I can't tell you what that would change in your wife's life, to be able to have your blessing and your encouragement, not just, okay, you can try it, or that stuff's not going to work anyway. And then they're not encouraged to keep going, even if they do feel a little bit better. Here's what happened to me. I theoretically had no reason to not feel great. I have no real health issues, nothing diagnosed by any kind of doctors or anything like that. But after even living in Zambia for 2.5 years, I got to have my baby with me all the time. My husband and I got to minister together all of the time. We were together as a family. We ate pretty well over there, basically non-GMO and home-cooked meals all of the time. But we moved back to America and, of course, picked right back up where we left off. You guys, it's just really hard to live perfectly well and healthy here. Toxins are environmental. It's on surfaces that we touch. It's the radiation from phones. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't be afraid of it, and you can't stay away from everything. But people that do, I mean, it is a consuming, monetarily but also time-consuming thing to stay away from toxins and things that are disrupting the balance in our bodies. And for moms especially, going through pregnancy and postpartum and all of that, guys, your body is just out of whack. And men, your wife is not just acting crazy, her body is going crazy, okay? It's not her fault, and she's still the woman you married. And so I want to tell you that after I began our products, I started out with our triplex combo, which is one of our incredible welcome pack options that is even cheaper than wholesale to start with. I began to feel like myself again. I began to feel a little bit more alive in the mornings. I began to joke around and be in a better mood. I began to have more balanced hormones, which I don't really need to go into detail about what all that can help with in your marriage. But I began to speak more kindly to my kids or be less irritable with them and in turn less irritable with my husband. I didn't have headaches or stomach aches anymore, which also helped a few other things that happen in the evenings. But here's what I'm telling you. If you feel like your wife is struggling, or you feel like, man, she is just always on edge emotionally, or just she is so irritable or frustrated with me or with the kids, and I didn't marry her, or this is not the girl that I fell in love with, like, hopefully maybe need some counseling too in those types of areas. But we do change, and I think as women we can say that that pregnancy and postpartum, it does change us inside and what's going on in our bodies, and it's not easy to process and to get through that. And just the act of becoming a mom is a lot of responsibility and stress on our bodies, but also on us mentally and emotionally. And so, for the sake of products, maybe your wife's not a mom yet. So that's just my story, and that's what I see helping a lot of people who are moms. But anxiety, you guys, depression, these things that are marriage killers and that take away that healthy, fun relationship that you have with your significant other. These things are inherently imbalance issues. It doesn't have to be getting on a medication that changes who they are. It doesn't have to be going catatonic and not feeling anything just in order to deal with anxiety or depression. There are times where you're working with a doctor and maybe that's what the route you choose. But what we have seen so much of is that as your gut balances and as your hormones balance by taking care of your blood sugar, a lot of that stuff comes into alignment as your body is able to rid itself of those toxins. And we have many more videos of how our products work if you're interested in that sort of thing. But today I really just want you to get that starting these products should be a gift that you give your wife, not something that she feels like she has to beg or make an account for why this would be important for her, or to not ask and be afraid to ask because she thinks you're going to make fun of her or say no or say that it's too expensive or whatever it is. You guys, less than $4 a day could change her life and change your marriage. Secondly, I want to talk to you about this business opportunity. Yes, my hair looks crazy right now. Yes, there are companies out here that make it really, really difficult for you to earn money. Yes, there are companies that make you buy a lot of inventory and end up racking up credit card debt and or having a garage or basement full of junk that you told her she shouldn't buy in the first place. Yes, there are companies like that. And I want to tell you that Plexus is not one of them, okay? There is no inventories. There are no millions of parties that you have to plan. There is no stocking or shipping that you're having to take care of at home. This is a completely online business that pays you 11 different ways, and it's $34.95 to join to start your own business. Can I tell you that some of the most successful couples in this business are the ones where the men in the family went after this from day one and said, this is an incredible business model, we should do this. Or you should do this, this is amazing, I fully support you in this from day one. Now, for us, for our family, it took us a while to get to that place. As the product started to work for me, my husband was like, okay, maybe this stuff is legit. As the product started to work for other people I was sharing with, he was like, okay, so it's not just you, this stuff really does work. And he started doing research and started taking the products himself. And then the next step for us was, all of a sudden, here was this income. We were missionaries prior to this, and we're worship leaders now, so not a whole lot of income coming in. The Lord provides and takes care of us. But at that point, an extra $300 a month was helpful. Now, in this industry, the sky is kind of the limit. Based on the effort and based on your skills and of growing and developing those, it's kind of your pick of the litter on what you want your paycheck to be. And thankfully with Plexus, it really does work that way because there's no tricks or hidden things that you have to do. But of course, we can't promise any income disclosure. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I can't guarantee that you're going to be a millionaire, but we have a lot of those in our company. So that first time that I made a paycheck that covered the cost of both of our products, he was like, okay, yeah, but you're kind of charismatic, you're kind of fun, people like you. The way these businesses work, like other people have to do it too for us to ever get anywhere. And then my friends and my mother-in-law started to also share and to immediately have people join their teams and love their products, which guess what? That meant our business grew too. And so it wasn't just me. It really did work for everybody who tried. And people were earning enough money to pay for their products and earning enough money over time now to come stay home with their kids or to free up their husband from a second or a third job or to get themselves out of debt, which can I tell you that finances put the biggest strain on your marriage, whether you know it or not. Whether you realize that's what's happening, that stress that you carry on the numbers that are in your bank account, your wife carries them even more, especially if she's not working, especially if she's staying home and buying the groceries and doing all of that and trying to take care of your kids on that budget. If you think it's stressing you out, know that it's stressing her out too, and that means that it is putting a huge strain on your marriage and your relationship with your kids. And so this business has been a humongous blessing in a way that the Lord has provided for me and our family, but thousands of other families that this is really working for. And you don't have to go in debt to start. You don't have to have this massive inventory and money that you have to spend every month to keep growing. This is an organic business with a product that's a monthly consumable that really is working for people. And so this really can work as a business for your family. And again, I think anybody can do this. I've seen it work for anybody who's willing to work hard. But when I see it really click and really work the best is when families can get behind each other and support one another and say, hey, what you could potentially do with this could really put us in a better place. What you could potentially bring home, whether that's $300, $500, $1,000 a month, or retire me early, honey, let's go on the road and we will just live our best life now. Like whatever that looks like that could bless your family, I want you to know that it's possible with this company. And so it hurts my heart and it kind of makes me angry because I've been through it and I'm like, why don't you trust us? Why don't you believe us at this point that in your lives, this paycheck to paycheck, still paying off student loans, maybe I'll go back to school, but can't get a raise at this job, doesn't have to be the norm. That just because this is not societally normal or comfortable for you yet, this is the future. Social media marketing is a big deal. And by getting into a company that does it right and is full of integrity and has products that work and are amazing, could be the biggest thing that you could do to change the course of your family's financial future and your emotional and spiritual health within your family, because you're removing the stress and the bondage of that debt and of that financial pressure. At the same time, helping your family be healthier, which could help your kids focus better in school, or just adjust to life better, whatever is happening with them, could help your wife not only be more intimate and responsive to you, but also in a healthier place in her own mind and with her kids. Like, men, I implore you to be the one standing behind her saying, yes, this is something that you would be great at. Yes, we should really give this a go. I think you have what it takes to do something like this, and I'm here to help in whatever you need. Or yes, you can get these products. Yes, absolutely. I've seen what our friends are saying they've done for them. And if it could potentially be true, I think it's worth a shot. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee. If not, yes, honey, I love you and I want you to feel as good as I know you are and feel like a great mom, or feel like you're the wife or the employee or whatever that you know that you are, but aren't feeling like. Or maybe they're super sick and you need to help them get over something even more. Anyway, I just wish that more of our men would be advocating for their wives to be in something like this, where they're a part of a strong community, where they're focusing on their health and being mentally strong for themselves and their families, and where they are able to help and not have to choose between a career and working and missing out on things and never seeing you or never seeing their kids, to have a sense of purpose or a sense of success in them, or to help the family financially. It doesn't have to be a choice. You can do both. And this is an opportunity that makes it so. So thank you for sticking with me for this 15 minutes, men. And wives, share this with your husbands, or somebody you know, share this with their husband or significant other, so that they understand that this is something that they can radically change the course of their family's future if they would just get behind the woman that they love.